Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to Slime Rancher. We are doing some Slime Ranchy things, but first we're going to go to Mochi's place for reasons and stuff. So that'll be in just a moment. Because we've had all sorts of things happen as I turn things on. So, Pion has claimed the free gift sub. Good on him. Free gift sub for Pion. This is legit freaky. Again, I wanted to drop the Discord. When's Jack's next stream? And boom, there he is. Yeah, that's what I do. I sit there and watch the cameras until you're about to break, and then I put out another stream. Vault of Glass and... SE. Trying to think of what raid is SE, but anyway. They're both dooby-doobied. Robert is indeed first. Congratulations on being first. So ready for Twitch being weird. 36 months on a 34-month streak. Hey, it is what it is. Thank you for the resub. Very kind. Feels like money laundering. Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things. Thanks for the gift sub, Anonymous Gifter. Hey, Anonymous Gifters out there. It's a real hero. Salvation's Edge. I see is Salvation's Edge. There you go. Alright. I should have been live an hour ago. Right? I know the easy thing is like, oh yeah, duh. Right? I intended to be live an hour ago. But it was not meant to be. Because holy fuck, the mission that I went on just to get a fucking energy drink. Wanted to get a lovely can of delicious old an orange can of mother. Anyway, like orange creamsicle, orange dreamsicle, whatever it's called. Good shit. Anyway, I went down to do that. Old mate's at the 7-Eleven. Like, I don't know, 10 minutes walk. He's at the local 7-Eleven. I come around the corner to the front, and there's this little old bloke standing out the front. And you gotta remember, this is at like 3 o'clock in the morning. This little old bloke standing out the front. Beanie. About 3.5 teeth. He's got a stare to him that makes me think that he's seen things that none of us mere humans could see normally. I go, g'day. You know, because you see somebody in the middle of the night that you're not expecting, you say hello. Because then, if they're a murderer, you already built a rapport with them, so they're not allowed to attack you. So, he goes, hello, right? He seems like, you know, maybe he's homeless, maybe he's high, maybe he's just a bit fucked in the head. But whatever it may be, he doesn't seem like he's just another guy out just to grab a drink or a quick pie in the middle of the night. So I walk up to the door. Old mate inside the 7-Eleven's mopping. Right, I can see this, and this has happened before. I walk up to the door and I see that, you know, the staff, they're mopping, they're doing their thing. Usually when that happens, the door's locked, and you could get their attention, and they sort of wave like, "Hey, I'm busy. Give me 5 minutes." And you're like, "Okay, sweet." And usually you can either go for a walk or you can hang around. You can do whatever. So that's all fine. I sort of wave, get his attention. And I go, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And he shakes his head. And he just like does like the hand sort of like back and forth across the neck, like, nah, not gonna happen type of thing. And I'm like, 10 minutes? I'm like holding up both hands, and he's like pointing at the door. He's pointing at the door, and he's trying to say something. And I'm like, button? What is there? Are you saying door button? What are you saying? And I'm looking at the door like maybe there's a button that I need to press. I don't understand. Looking back and forth, doing things. Was it crying or cleaning? Mopping. He's mopping the floor. So that all happens. He does his thing, right? He tells me, nah, pointing at the door. I'm like, okay. And then I'm looking for this button, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I can't understand. I can't hear. And he like starts like moving his hand sort of like he's measuring height, right? And he's doing it, and he's like doing it sort of like at his shoulder height, and he's like doing that and then pointing at the door and then doing that, and I'm like, is he saying that I'm short? What is going on? And I'm looking at the door and I'm looking at him, and he's like doing different hand signals and stuff. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck's going on. I don't know what's happening. So after a bit of back and forth, and he slowly gets closer and closer to the door, he eventually gets to the point where he has to come almost all the way over to the door from his mopping and say to me through the door, through this big glass door, he's banned. I'm not opening the door if he's there waiting. Right, pointing at the old bloke. Now, the old bloke had been pottering around and sort of like going back and forth during this time. Exploded. Like, holy fuck, exploded. Instantaneously. Like, he wasn't like alert and like staring at this dude, but he was. He was just sort of pretending not to be there. He was pretending that he wasn't all there. He knew exactly what the fuck was going on. And he was waiting for old mate to open the door for me so that he could race in. Now, I go, oh, okay. And as I turn, this old bloke explodes, and he's like, fuck you, you fucking rah, 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 piece of cunt, fucking rah. Carrying on, yelling, oh, fucking end you, you fucking rah. I'm standing there like, oh, he just seemed like a bit of a, you know, weird, quiet, shuffly little old bloke in the middle of the night. I didn't realize that he was insane. So I look at him and I go, you all good? And he looks at me. And it's one of the very few times that he looked at me square in the eyes the entire night, because this goes on, right? But you had to attack the bum to be permitted entry. No, it wasn't like bum fights. But he looks at me because I'm like, oh, what's going on? You're not allowed in. Because I was going to say, I'm going to duck in for a sec. You want something from in there, if it's a coffee or whatever, I'll grab you, you know. So I figured out he's just random fucking... Again, I don't know if he was homeless. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, okay, well, he's just some random old bloke. I'll buy him a $2 coffee or whatever it is that he's after. And I'm like, what are you after? You know, you're not allowed in. And he turns to me and he's like, fucking over this fucking cunt, fucking rah, 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 carrying on. Like, holy shit. Settle down. So I'm like, I look at the old mate that is standing on the other side of this reinforced glass door with his mop. And he sort of looks at me and he just like shrugs like, oh, I can't fucking do anything about this. The old bloke by this point, and he's only like, you know, 3.5 foot tall, right? He's only a little bloke, and he starts banging on the glass door, like not trying to get in, but just sort of like he hits his hand on it as he's yelling, hits his hand on it again, like let me in, sort of shit. So I leave. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go. This old bloke's probably gonna lose interest soon, so then it'll be sweet, and we can just carry on. You know, I'll come back, I'll get my drink, I'll give it 10 minutes or so. Old mate will get bored, he'll leave, and then we'll all be in a better place. Right? So I walk off down the road, and there's like a street sweeper dude around, and he's like, you know, going around and he's gurneying some graffiti and other bits and pieces off the walls. You know, go down to near the tram stops and different things, and he's like trying to gurney some shit, and then I hear this bang. I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around, and the street sweeper gurney graffiti cleaner truck thing that old mate had the hose from is suddenly goes, because he had his compressor going in that. I hear this bang, and it goes do 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 do, and goes quiet. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I can't see old mate that was the cleaner, right? Nowhere to be seen. I'm like, all right, that's weird. He was there just before. I don't know where he went. And I'm walking around, and I suddenly hear, because I can still hear old mate like just down the road carrying on out the front of this 7-Eleven. This is a few minutes later. He's still yelling, carrying on. And then all of a sudden I hear more yelling. from the opposite direction, I'm standing sort of kind of near this graffiti truck, kind of not type of thing. And I hear this yelling and carrying on from the opposite direction. Like, what the fuck? What's happening now? And I realize that in the opposite direction, there is somebody else who shouldn't be out at this time of night. And they're out and about, also doing their thing, going insane, yelling and carrying on about whatever the fuck. Yeah, we'll talk to Ogden. Sometimes I like to take a nap in the moss blanket, but those darn boom slimes always wake me up. Yeah, I don't remember what your voice was like, but that'll do. Oh, I don't have them. Nah, sorry, mate, not gonna happen. But anyway, some other nutter coming down the road, doing their thing. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to see, like, worlds collide here. So, I sort of leave it as is. I'm just watching, just hanging out. And then there's a third lot of yelling. And it's coming from the graffiti truck. And it's because old mate in the graffiti truck... Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm sorry, I'll come back. Old mate in the graffiti truck, the cleaner truck, is carrying on because he's just blown the compressor in his truck. And he's yelling and carrying on and just like, fuck! Like he can't do his job. And obviously he's done something silly that has caused this, because clearly he feels like he's in the wrong about it. Otherwise he wouldn't be quite as upset. He'd just be like, oh, it's fucked. Right? So everyone's yelling. Again, this is like 3:30 in the morning. Reading between the lines, the real thing we're learning here is that Jack is addicted to energy drinks and will do anything for his fix. I'm a very patient person when it comes to things that I want. But we all know this. Oh yeah. There you go, have some chickens. So I go, and I'm just watching. I'm just hanging out. Somewhere that has a clear line of sight to a set of security cameras and whatnot, of course. But just hanging out. Got no elderly volunteering to be turned into Soylent Green. No. No Soylent Green chooks today? Alright, I'll let it slide. Oh? No. Okay, they're Briar. But yeah, so that'll just sort of, everything's carrying on, everyone's carrying on. Old mate that's in the graffiti truck takes out his phone. He's like, yeah, I was trying to untangle the hose. I had the hose because it was tangled and I was trying to untangle it, and then the compressor just blew and I don't know what happened. And I'm thinking, like, it's probably more than that, mate. I don't know who you're on the phone with, but clearly it's somebody that you're going to get in trouble if you're like, yeah, I fucked it. I blew it up. Now, oh, they were foster plots. They're gone forever now. Oh, well. But yeah, anyway. I'm sort of pacing back and forth around this T-junction, waiting for old mate to leave. Waiting for him to leave the 7-Eleven so I can go inside, you know, do my thing, get the fuck out, come home, come play some Slime Rancher. It got to the point where there was multiple unhinged people standing out the front of the 7-Eleven, all yelling and carrying on, all in their own way. I don't know whether they're trying to outdo each other. I don't know if they think they're arguing with each other, or if they're all going on their separate rants, trying to be the loudest, or trying to be the scariest, or trying to not... What the fuck's going on over here? Or trying to not, you know, not be the weakest one in case the others will eat them. But whatever it may be, you know, is what it is. Now, I've had enough of this by this point. Right? So... it's probably been 20 minutes, half an hour by this point. And I make the executive decision. Every odd person there probably thinks that Jack is their Jack in this situation. Oh yeah, totally. Totally. 100%. I definitely got some weird side eyes because I was the dude walking around in what was effectively the rain, not undercover, not hiding from shit like half of them were, with the hoodie on and the hood up. I was like, I'm cold. But I was just quietly moseying around, and they're like, don't go near him. He's not yelling and carrying on. He must be a serial killer. But, anyways, beside the point. I decide to make the executive decision. Some people may call me a narc, but I make the executive decision to make a phone call to the local police station. And it's very pleasant. There's no emergency numbers called or anything. You don't want to call an emergency number if there's not an emergency. But I make the call and, in simple terms, explain to them that there is a handful of insane people banging on the front wall of the 7-Eleven to the point that old mate inside is looking a little bit distressed, because he was, and that nobody could use the store because these insane people were going to go in and possibly trash the place. And the cop who was on the other end of the phone went, yeah, we've already been down there tonight. Snitch? Yeah, I know, right? Narc? Yep. So the cop said, we've already been down there tonight. He goes, we heard it a couple of them away before, but yeah, if they're back, then, you know. I said, yeah, I mean, if you got anybody out and about, it's not an emergency. It looks like it's a pretty reinforced wall, and they're not, like, trying to break it down or anything, but, you know, if anybody's out and about, maybe just a quiet drive-by would be nice. Now I'm thinking this is a long shot, right? The police have far better things to do. But if there happens to be somebody in the area, having that somebody casually drive past or even... Ooh, floor powerhouse. Casually drive past or even possibly, you know, get out of the car and be like, oi, piss off, right? Is gonna make it so that I can go into the shop. Right, simple as that. So that I can go in and I can buy my goodies. Yes, it was self-serving, but also, you know, you can justify it as I was doing it for the greater good as far as old mate that was in the store. He probably wasn't having a good time. Well, I know he wasn't because I spoke to him afterwards, but we'll get to that. But it gets towards the end of things, right? No cops turn up, by the way. Are we using 7-Eleven as an umbrella term, or do you guys actually have 7-Elevens? We actually have 7-Elevens, yeah. We've actually got 7-Elevens. There's a bunch of different brands of them. I don't know if they all exist anymore, but there used to be a bunch of different ones. If you ever hear me say it's a night owl, right, we'll go down to the night owl. A night owl is exactly the same as a 7-Eleven. And where I grew up, we didn't have 7-Eleven, we had night owls. But 7-Eleven is exactly the same thing, and that's what they've got here. Now, all of that said, the cops never turn up, which is fine. I kind of didn't expect them to. It was a bit of a long shot, but I thought, we'll give them a quick call. Now, I am sort of hanging out in a spot that's like a bit down the road where I can see the 7-Eleven at this point. Right, I've been walking around, I've done the whole lap of the area and all that sort of shit. I get to a point where I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out here where I can see the shop. And when old mate fucks off, I'll go down. Now, eventually, all the yelling and carrying on goes quiet. And I'm like, sweet. I'll have a quick check, see if he's still there. Had a quick check. You know, look left, look right, look left again. No crazy old bloke. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to the shop. Gonna get me some delicious can of mother energy drink that I should have, if I was gonna have, I should have had, you know, an hour ago at this point. But anyway. So, I'm walking down to the shop. I literally get to the shop front before the shop. Because I'm like, yep, life's good, let's go. And as I'm passing this shop front that is next door, all these shops are closed, by the way, again, 3 o'clock in the morning. As I'm passing the shop front of this one next door, who should step out and greet me but insane old bloke. And he toddles out and follows me. Because by this point, I'm like, well, I'm not going to fucking stop and turn around and be like, oh, it's you again, I'm going back. So I wander over towards the front door because I want to be like, you know, look, mate, obviously you're not allowed in here. He doesn't want you in here. What do you want? I'll get you coffee or whatever. And you know, we'll, yeah, if you promise to wait out here, well, yeah, hey, look, maybe he won't, but maybe he will. If you promise to wait out here, then I can get my stuff, I can get you your stuff, we go our separate ways, life's good. So, I say, how you doing, mate? What's going on? And he says, this is my store. And I'm thinking, all right then, let's go with it, just so that we can, you know, reach our desired end here of getting the products that we want out of the shop. He goes, that's my store. And I'm like, oh, it's your local shop. No, that's mine. It's my shop. I put so much money into this place. And I'm like, oh, did you used to own it? And he goes, no. Oh, why are you all invisible? He goes, did you... I said, did you used to own it? And he goes, no. Oh, blue teleporter. Nice. No. I fucking lived it. And he goes into this thing where he's not looking at me. He's not looking me in the eye. He's staring, like, perpendicular to me, kind of towards the ground, and just goes into, like, a fugue state. I've lived here for almost 65 years, and I've been living in here, and this is because I used to have, and it was a shop down the road. It was a old Caltex, like, petrol station I used to have, and it was had this thing, right? And it was like, because I was down there, and we used to run a little business, because I had family who was down there, but then she fucked around, fucking my friends, all the fucking things. But this was good because it was down here on the corner, but they didn't have it because the pubs that were here were really, they were kind of like, it was a really good place, because they had, now all these people coming in, they're all making all their own little, and they didn't have the respect for the Caltex, because I wasn't there anymore, but they had the thing that used to be there, but it wasn't mine, but then it was, because it's like, who has the respect for like it? And you can't even, because they've got the other things out there, and with the shop, because this can't fucking not let me into the fucking shop, because I haven't fucking, it's my shop anyway. It was down the road where they used to have it, and then they moved it, and they had a different one, but it's a different name, because they had different people, but I know it's the same ones, because they don't even fucking see what happens here, because you don't even know how they have the other side of it, because when it used to be mine, they had this other thing that was through the side, and it was like a different door, but it was in a different spot, because it wasn't here, it was over the other side, but it was round in the other suburb, because where they had the fucking undercut, and you can't fucking hear him, and it was, I can't even, and you're like, and I sort of went, oh, true, so you've been around for a while, because he sort of stopped. I'm like, oh, so you've been around for a while. And he sort of like looked at me like this slow, sort of, because he was like still staring off into the distance. And he slowly sort of like looked up at me. And he looked at me for this second, and it was like clarity, right? On his face, he went from this fugue state of insanity. He looked me in the eye, and it was this clear look of, oh my God, why are you still here? Like, can you just fuck off already? You know, that look that you get from people when you sort of, like, you're hanging around a little bit too long. And he gave me this look, and he sighed, and he went back to staring forwards, to staring at the same random brick that was 3 kilometers away, and went, yeah, I've been around here for a long time. I've been here for, because it's been about 40 years that I had a business on the other side, because they used to have another shop where we used to sell all sorts of things. The kids would come in for ice creams on the weekends. They used to have all sorts of ice creams on the weekends where they'd have like chocolate and all sorts of different things in there. We used to have it, and the freezer broke down because they didn't have the other side of things, because we had that technician to come in. He came in, made sure that it was nice and cold, because they didn't have the other stuff, because it used to get really hot. People saying it's really hot now, but it's not that hot because it's fucking cold. They don't even have the old, because the blankets where they go, and like the heating from the inside, because the library that was down the road didn't used to look like a big book, because it was a bit different. And he rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, are you fucking serious? He's still going. And he rambled for like a minute straight, and then he sort of like stops, and he didn't look at me. He was still staring at this random brick off in the distance, and he goes, there's this little eye flicker where he like looks at me and then looks back to where he was looking, and I'm like, so do you like St. Kilda then? And he goes, You know, I've been in this town for such a long time that I just even fucking know that you don't have this type of thing that you can have this, because when we used to run businesses, everyone in the local area used to know that we'd have this different place going on. You have this kind of thing that had happened, and you have all sorts of different people coming through, and everyone's got the business, because everyone used to stick together, but they don't even do that anymore, because there's so many people coming through from the different side of things, and I can't even have the, because you don't even know that because there's so many fucking people that have the, and there's so many businesses, and they come in and they just buy all the things, and they buy everything, and no one gets any ice cream for the kids anymore. It doesn't matter if the freezer's working or not. And I'm standing there and I'm just like, okay, just let him go. He's clearly trying to get me to fuck off. So I'm just gonna hang out. I got nothing better to do. I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna wait until he finishes his rant and he stops to take a breath. And then I'm gonna ask him a really dumb, friendly question. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and he finished. And I went, so was it the Caltex down the road? Or did you have a petrol station somewhere else? And he stopped and he fucking looked at his feet and he shook his head and he just went, oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know anymore. And I looked up and there's this other couple coming around the corner and they've been standing behind us for like, I don't know, a minute by this point. They probably only caught the very tail end of his rant. And I look at the windows, and the fucking 7-Eleven attendant dude is standing there. He hasn't got his mop anymore, but he's just sort of standing there behind the counter, just like staring at me and staring at the old bloke, and is like, what the fuck is going on? And then the perfect timing, because everyone's standing there, no one's talking. Everyone's standing there, and this car rocks up. And another bloke gets out of the car, and he looks in as rough shape as the old bloke. And he goes, yeah, mate, I think I've got everything. Because it must have been an Uber or something. He's like, yeah, mate, I think I've got everything. And he gets out of the car and he's got his little backpack and he steps out and he walks, he like wasn't looking, and he turns to walk towards the 7-Eleven and he stops. He freezes in his fucking tracks. He's like looking at everybody. And everyone stops and looks at him, including the old bloke. They'll stop and look at him. And he's like, excuse me. And walks up to the glass doors, expecting them to open as electric doors. And he goes, are they closed? And the old bloke goes, nah, cunt won't let me in. Clear as day. No ramble, no fucking insanity. He's just like, clear as day. No, I did notice the raid. I'm finishing my story, but thank you for the raid, Flopper. And he goes, nah, cunt won't let me in. And I go, well, there's a lot of us here, so he'll probably let us in now. Just be nice. And he's like, oh, I'm probably going to fucking kill him. And we all stopped and looked at him. And he's like, the fucking dude behind the counter's like, I'm not opening the doors. I'm not letting anybody in. And like, this is all mouthed. Like, clearly he's making this gesture like, I'm not letting anybody in. So we all sort of stop. And the old bloke's like, oh, fuck you all then. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. And he walks off. So the 7-Eleven dude sees this and he watches the dude walk off and then hits the button. He's like, come on. And the young couple's like, quick, everybody in. So we all charge in. And as we're walking through the door, this old bloke, fast as I've ever seen somebody of that stature move, comes charging around the corner, basically full sprint to get back into this shop. And he gets in. He got into the store. And now he's stuck. And he's over at the coffee machine having full conversations with himself. But the thing is, he knows that people would think that that's a little bit off. So he's holding his hand up to his mouth and talking like he's talking to somebody on the phone. He doesn't have a head, like any earpiece in or anything like that. He's just holding his hand in front of his mouth and going, yeah, mate, yeah, I'm just checking some of the stock that we've got here because there's some banana bread. It's about $4. And then we've got some of this and coffee. And I walk up because I'm like, this is hilarious. I have nothing better to do right now than hang out and see what happens. So I go over and I see, he's making himself a coffee and doing all this sort of shit. And the other dude that had turned up in the Uber was sort of trying to get a coffee around him. And the old bloke, every time he gets within range of this old bloke, like within his personal bubble, the old bloke gets louder. But he's still talking on the phone. He's not talking like he's not abusing him or anything. He's just still talking to this imaginary person on the phone. I have nothing better to do, he says after he mentioned he wanted to stream an hour earlier. I did, but Slime Ranch is not going anywhere. This is like, you're going to pass up a live show for a little bit of Slime Rancher? I could be here. I could be here for hours. That's something that's only happening then and there. Right? So, he gets louder and he's yelling and carrying on. But he's saying that he's like checking stock or something for some imaginary person on the phone. And I'm just listening and listening and listening, and the Uber dude leaves and the couple leaves, and the old bloke looks at me because I'm sort of hanging around because I'm like, okay, well, he's making coffee and he's getting himself a muffin and shit. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna steal it. He's just gonna walk out. Stream was good. Chilled on some Half-Life 2. High on Life 2. I'm glad. Sorry. I do appreciate it. This just happened. This just happened. I'm glad you're enjoying High on Life 2. Sorry, I will do the button presses. I will do the greetings and the niceties. There we go. This button, that button, this button. There we go. But yes. So he's yelling, he's carrying on, he's checking stock, he's doing whatever. I go over to the counter and I'm like, does this happen a lot? He goes, he's been in here twice already tonight. He keeps getting back in. Like, what's he coming in for? He goes, to steal coffee. I'm like, oh. He goes, that's not the problem. It's $2 coffee. It doesn't matter. We write it off. You know, it happens. He goes, the problem is he doesn't leave. And I can't come out from behind the counter unless there's no one in the store. And because I'm the only one here, I have to do all the shit that I have to do overnight to stock the shelves and mop the floors and do whatever that we do on night shift. But I can't if he never leaves. I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's in there because it's so cold and rainy. He goes, yeah, exactly. And he won't get out. He won't leave now. And I'm like, do you know his name? He's like, fuck no. Why would I know his name? I'm like, I don't know. So you could ask him to leave. He goes, I have asked him to leave. I'm like, yeah, but have you spoken to him? Like, no. Like, all right. So I fucking go over, stand next to old mate. And I turn to him and I'm like, because he's still at the coffee machine talking to himself. And I go, there's like a donut, you know, fridge machine thing, whatever. And I go and stand in front of that. I have no intention of getting that, but I go and stand in front of it. And I turn to him and I'm like, hey. And he sort of like glances at me and then starts talking on his phone louder, his imaginary phone. And I'm like, hey, what do you recommend? And he sort of like stops talking on the phone. And he's like, oh, I've got to go. Hold on. There's someone's talking to me. And he gets off his imaginary phone. And he goes, what? And I'm like, what do you recommend? And I'm pointing at the donuts. And suddenly he is all smiles and all chill. He's like conversationalist. And he goes, I don't know. We've got, I don't know. I said, look, I like the jam-filled ones. But I don't know if that's what I should be doing. I said, I really need to lose this gut, you know, it's getting bigger. I should really be a bit more careful about it. Get rid of it. And he laughed and he smiled and he's like, yeah, haha, yeah, I know how that feels, la la la, whatever. And I basically say, hey, I'm gonna get one. It looks like they've got a deal on 2 for 1. You know, if you can recommend a good one for me, I'll give it a go. And since I'm going to get one anyway, what do you want? And he goes, oh, no, I shouldn't. And I look back at him and I'm like, oh, well, you know, this is like a one chance. Like, I'm only going to, I probably shouldn't either, but, you know, let's grab a donut, mate. It's a rainy night. They look pretty good. And he's like, I'm gonna grab my coffee. Like, all right, grab your coffee. It's like, yeah. And I'm standing, I'm like looking at the donuts and looking at the fucking sausage rolls and shit. And I'm trying to fucking like just get enough into this dude's personal space to make him want to leave. Right? Jack doesn't know, but I've been profiling Jack the entire time. I know that he's over 3'5" and has a bit of a gut, long hair and glasses. Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, it narrows it down to half the people on Twitch. But all of that aside, I'm trying to get into his personal space to try and like just make him feel like he's like, oh, maybe I should go, right? I'm looking at sausage rolls and shit. He turns to me and he goes, you're all right, you know? Just out of the blue. He was still talking on his phone and he stops. He goes quiet. He goes, you're all right, you know? And I sort of just dismissed it. Like I didn't go, fuck you or anything, but I just sort of dismissed it. And I was like, oh, well, hey, like I pretended to mishear and was like, yeah, I'm all right. I can't decide on what I want to get. Right? You got your very own guardian angel bum. Yep. Beck also has a huge ass, but that's a secret. Well, yeah, that's why I don't hand it over to you. You come in here telling me to hand it over, and I got to distract you with random stories. But, yeah, he says that, and I go, oh, yeah, no, I just don't know what to get. And then I go, I probably shouldn't anyway, so I go, I might go. We'll leave old mate to get back to his I'm going to leave old mate to get back to his mopping. I walk over to the counter, I'm talking to the dude behind the counter, and I'm like, this is like, how often does this happen? And he's like, a lot of nights. Whenever we see him, we pretend we're closed. He's like, oh, you know, we could fill out forms to say that he's stealing things, but every time he comes in, he's taken coffees and little bits and pieces, and we have to do a full form and a full report every single time. And he goes, it's not worth it. He goes, it's not worth it. It's a whole thing. He goes, even if we didn't want to, like, you know, press charges or whatever, we'd still have to fill out a form. And we'd have to find the moment on file, on the recordings and whatever. You know, we'd have to do all of the things. He goes, it's not worth it. There's only one person here at a time. Unless the manager's here. The manager's only over here to do the books. They're not here to do all that. He goes, so for old mate to come in and do this, we just don't do anything about it. And I was like, have you tried calling the local police to be like, hey, this isn't an emergency, but can you please come and like shoo this guy away because he won't leave the store? He goes, yeah, but it's not worth calling them out either because unless it's an emergency, they're not going to turn up. And even if it is an emergency, chances are they're going to take forever to turn up. He goes, it doesn't... He goes, I just have to not let him in. What the hell was that noise? Oh, you guys all starving, are you? Probably have run out of chickens because I've been awake all day, every day, just rambling. At the time of your greatest need, he'll come and save you. It's like being nice to the quiet kid in your class in America. Okay, it's funny you should mention that. So, no one had a gun. So, here's the thing. I turn around to leave the store. Right. Because I go, I turn to old mate and I'm like, I'm gonna find out his name. And I'll try and, you know, I'll see what happens. And old mate that's behind the counter is like, nah, don't worry about it. Don't even bother. I'm like, no, we'll go, I'll see what, if I can. And as I turn around, I go, hey, what was your name again? I'm gonna go, come on, we'll go have a chat. And old mate with his coffee immediately puts his phone down, grabs his coffee and whatever other fucking random shit he had grabbed from near the coffee station, and immediately toddles to the front door and walks outside with it. And I'm like, sick. He just walked out. And I went, have a good night, mate. And he went, yeah, you too, mate. Have a good one. All right, see you later. And he turned around and he walked off into the night with his coffee and his fucking 16 packets of sugar and whatever else he grabbed. And he disappeared. I was like, huh. Jack's the bum whisperer. Not like ass bum, but homeless person bum. Hey, either. But he was like, chill. He still stole a bunch of shit. Right, but like, what are you going to do? He wasn't there harassing old mate and threatening people and carrying on. He just was chill. You know? So that's the story. The side note of like you mentioning the whole being nice to the quiet kid in your class. In my time waiting for the shop to open and waiting for this dude to fuck off in the first place, I walked past the security grill of a little shopping plaza, indoor shopping plaza thing that was closed. You gotta remember, this is at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and this place closed at 5. Now there's probably cleaners or something in there. There is probably something, you know, someone in there, something's going on. And I hear, coming out of this grate, full ball, super loud. There's a couple of different songs that played. There was like an ABBA song and whatever else. But at this one point, as I'm walking past, I can hear pumped up kicks. You know, all the other kids with their pumped up kicks. You better run, outrun my gun. Right, I can hear that coming from inside. And I'm like, this is creepy. Because this place is shut. There's a security grill over it. Pretty much all the lights are off. And coming from the darkness is pumped up kicks at like full ball for a shopping center audio thing. So I open up my phone and I start recording the door. And I'll put it up on the Discord so that you guys can actually see it because it was so random. It's playing the music and I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And I went to say what I was going to say, which was something along the lines of, you know, this is weird, this is creepy or whatever. And I walk up to the door with the camera going and it cuts off. Dead silent. And I'm like, okay, if someone's in charge of the music and was like watching the security cameras, maybe they saw me walking towards the door with my camera out and was like, he gets no music. No more music for him. This is one of the weirdest little random mini experiences on the side. It's not a full story on its own. More of an add-on to the other one, but still. Very odd. Tag me please when you do. I'll put it on the videos channel or whatever. But yeah, it was just this really random like, oh the kids, just this very ethereal coming from this dimly lit shopping shit. Whatever the fuck it was. And it was very, very odd. Very, very odd. But yeah, that's my story of why I didn't start an hour earlier, and it took me 45 minutes to tell that story. So now it's really an hour and 45 minutes later. But we made a bunch of money with plorts, right? Just hanging out, I guess. What do you need? Pink and phosphor. That was it? The story took as long as your adventure? Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Just a quiet collecting of things for a moment while my brain resets. Did you get your energy drink after all that? Yes. Ow. Yes, I did. I don't want any of this shit. Get out of here. I did get my energy drink, yeah. Otherwise I'd still be there. Hanging out. Waiting. Some say he's waiting until this very day. There we go. That's all I needed. So yeah, that's the bum story. Thank you for the raid, Flopper. Thank you for the gift sub to Flopper. Robert. Welcome in, everybody. That was a hell of a ramble. Hello, Saint. How you doing? Thank you for the follow, Play to Own. Welcome to, I would say, the Adventurers Guild, but we're very rambly there, so maybe it's not. Mangoes, that's new. Hey. What do you think you're doing? Get out of here. You're going in the ocean. Excellent rambles. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was a, yeah. It was a bit of possibly homeless, maybe just off his head on something. Person amongst all that. I need to... Oh, not you. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we can do this out here. I know, Vodlings, I said I'd go and do the Mochi Miles thing next episode, but just it wasn't meant to be. God damn it. Okay. Whew. It's the Yappers Guild. Yeah, I guess so. A lot of yeah. A lot of whatever the fuck that was. It was an adventure though, you know? Didn't hear it, start over. Okay. So. Once upon a time. Did greatly enjoy the ramble. I like the insight on your life. Hey, look, it's like I said back near the beginning, I'm very patient when it comes to getting what I want. And if I go out with the intention of, you know, getting a specific drink or a specific snack or something, and I walk for 10 to 15 minutes to get it, I'm not then going to turn around once I get there just because there's some insane person yelling at the front door. I'm just going to hang out for a little bit, see what happens. Sometimes you got to ramble. Oh, all the time. All the time. Got to ramble all the time. Got to happen. Hey, how much money have I got? 7Z. Arch upgrade. 3 grand. Do I have upgrades available here? Maybe. No, none. Tick. Alright. Do I have any machinery? No. No, I do not. Tick. Why did I build these? I built these for slimes that I want to have here, obviously. And a silo? I don't know what we're doing. That's right, I was combining shit, wasn't I? Oops. Do love a good ramble. Do love a good ramble. Anyway, how's High on Life 2? Is it better than the first one? Do you miss the characters that are not in the second one? Do certain people upset the apple cart? This guy gaslit a bum. I didn't gaslight anybody. Built up a false report on him. No, a false rapport. Sorry. Yes. No, well, I did that. I did that. Oh, look, I would say that it's a real rapport. I built rapport. You can't really have false rapport. You have real rapport. Might not be the best. Might not be good rapport, but it's rapport. snitched on him to the cops. Hey, I just put out a general someone's disturbing the peace call, alright? It wasn't like there's an emergency. They would have just come along, sprayed him with a bottle of water, and he would have moved on. Broke into a 7-Eleven with him ride or die style and left into the sunrise like the fucking mysterious stranger just to get his energy drink. Look, I do whatever I fucking have to, alright? It's a really good, tasty drink. I'm not addicted. I can quit anytime I want. But also, when shit like this happens, kind of incentivizes me not to. Blue teleporter, grey teleporter, drones. We get a drone. Warp depots would be nice. You know what? Let's get a warp depot. Let's unlock the drone as well. Oops. Button. This entire thing could have been solved with a water spray bottle. Always carry one with you. Yes, exactly. You just be like, psh, 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 no, psh, bad. Stop that. Quantum plorts, I don't even... Primordial oil, slime fossils, lava dust. I don't even know. Alright, well, I need a lot of pink plorts for this shit. Rock, rad, tabby, boom, phosphor, honey, right? Rock, rad, tabby, boom, phosphor, honey. We worked this out. Didn't we? We did, I'm pretty sure we did. Rock, tabby, phosphor, rad, boom, honey. Yeah, the basic shit. So... fruit. Meat, veggie, fruit, meat, veggie. Who do we want to combine? Maybe Boomrad. You do radioactive honey. Did you learn the bum's name? He said it like 3 times and I didn't get it any time. So I'm gonna call him mate when I see him. You think if I see him? Nah, the way that shit happens, I'm gonna run into that bloke. I'm gonna run into him at some point and he's gonna be like, hey, about 40 years ago that we used to own the petrol station. It was a bit different from when it happened. It didn't even have the other side because it was a bit blocked off, right? I'm gonna go, oh, g'day mate, how you doing? I remember you from 7-Eleven that night. And he's gonna get that 1,000-yard stare and be like, I just have 7-Eleven because they didn't have the other types of things because it was different when they had the thing. Every fucking... I got asked 3 separate fucking times by 3 separate people, him included. Oh, do you have any cigarettes? You gonna be buying any cigarettes? No. Sorry, mate. Oh. Okay. Alright. Sword collector. Auto feeder. Sword collector. Auto feeder. Sword collector. Auto feeder. Why do they always... Can't I fucking rotate any of this shit? Annoying. Anyway. But yeah, no, missed his name. Missed his name. Don't know what it was. Or what it will be. Alright. Have you guys eaten all the fucking chickens already? Fuck me, alright. Oh, now you give me advanced shit. Yeah, sick. Thanks. Okay. What do I want to mix? I mean, we've already got some of the mixes here anyway, right? Although they're not that great. And I don't need hunters. Do I have irradiated honey in here? I do. Why is he not giving off rats? I picked him up. Hold on. Oops, 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 other one. Where are we? Veggies. Fruit. Veggie, meat. Yeah, boom slime, rock slime, I reckon. Boom slime, rock slime, which means... Will be tabby phosphors? Is that the one that we've already got? I think it is. Okay, well we can just move half of them over here then. Should do what I do, always carry a commander deck so you can defuse awkward situations by hoping they play commander, and they've got one with them as well. Yeah, but there's a day that they'll be like, yes. And I'll go, ah, fuck. I haven't played Magic in ages. They'll be like, that's not my problem. I figured out a quick and easy way to clear out slimes. Is this the one that's got the thing on it? Yeah, it is. Tell them you play Infect, they'll leave real fast. That's like the when you attack shit, it gets a +1/+1 counter on it, or it gets a counter on it that's like an infection counter or whatever. Yeah. Ooh, wait, hold on. Let's go turn one of these dickheads. Conversion time, you lot. This is a problem. You're all fucked. Well, some of you guys are getting out, are you? That's fun. Hey, you guys, get back into your pen. No, I don't want any of that shit. No, no going down there. No, no, no. No panicking. Oh shit, he's gone. He's leaving. Not allowed to leave. No leaving. Okay. Settle down. Good. That's where players take counters when they get damaged, and if they have 10, they lose the game. Ah. Thanks for the stories and chill vibes. I'm gonna lurk, take some, do some housework. Have a lovely rest of your stream. Thank you for dropping by, Play to Own. Pleasure meeting you. Yeah. Hiya! Oops. No, that's not where you're supposed to go. Come here. Goodbye. Here's a good honey. Play to Owen. Or like, play to be a cool dude. Haha, boom roasted. No. No, definitely not. I don't know which part's not. You can pick. But there's something about that I disapprove of. All your choice, really. I like to give you a bit of freedom, you know? I'll take this one all the way through. The way we can start with a few of them at least. Don't you bounce out. Go in the hole with your friends. Okay. I think pick all these up. The mint mangoes, or whatever they're called. Oh yeah, the name's on the screen. Good job. I'll just get that growing out the back here. Freedom, he says, after taking his hostage for 40 minutes. That's not my fault. I didn't do anything. This one is the nighttime. Oops, nighttime one. So, phosphorus limes like Q-berries. We're gonna go phosphatabby, won't we? Yeah. Boom rock, phosphatabby. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They won't fight, they won't carry on. We need to set some of these guys free. Oh, ow, everything hurts. Alright. What call we got? Sometimes I like to take a nap in the moss blanket, blah 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 blah, yep. So he wants two of them. What else do you want? Four heartbeats, 3 oka oka. Jack, do you sometimes go to the movie theater or do you watch movies differently? I haven't done either in a long time. But yes, both, technically, I guess. That's 4 heartbeats. I'm not growing any heartbeats. I don't know why I thought this was heartbeats. That's bad. Oh well, gotta find another heartbeat, I guess. Now that I've been dumb enough to go and give him to him. Seriously? Masters of the Universe is a pretty fun watch. Yeah? They're doing a live action version of that? That's cool. Oh, what is it? That's crazy. They did just really see it at some point, even if it's just see the memes and Skeletor. Is that the one where they like, it's like, is it Skeletor's origin story or whatever? And they like tried to really humanize him? Or was that like the Netflix series? T-Mans? Right. By the power of Grayskull. Oh, Noi. Skeletor is a grade A douchebag. Yeah, but isn't that the whole point of Skeletor? I don't want to play with you anymore. Hey, well, hey. Oh no. Come here. Don't go in there. Come here. Oh, is a rock in the way? Did you just go? Good. Hey, man. Hey. What's this shit? Come here. Get out of here. You're not gonna get out of here, are you? You're lying to me. Wait, fuck off. Get out of here. Yeah, see, he did it himself. That's the sort of attitude I want. Why are you on the floor? What? No. Oop. Okay. I don't need you guys either. Because we've got the plots. We don't need the slimes themselves. I really got to make sure that these guys make it over the cliff, because if I launch them and they go invisible and they don't make it, they're going to hunt me. I don't think there's any left in here. Right? No? No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're clear. Now I'm going to leave these up for a little minute because they have all the bullets in them. I don't know if you guys eat veggies or not, but there's some veggies for you. I don't think they do. They're usually like fruit chickens or whatever. Okay. I need we're going rock boom, heavy phosphor. So phosphor rad boom, phosphor rad boom tabby, I guess, and heartbeat. Come here, you lot. Get in the bag. Rads and booms. Actually, do I even need phosphor? Because if they're just going to be... I could move them one at a time. Ping, ping. I can open these now, right? Boom. Oh. Oh, it's materials. Okay. Ow. I think the rads were out this way. I don't think I had to climb for it. Pretty sure they were just here. Yeah. I can't guarantee you're going to be the same material. And then I'll be a bit fucked. Where can I vacuum up a rock? That's new. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright. We should be good. We get things started at the very least anyway. There's another one. They're everywhere. Oh, this is just a back and forth, an easy one. Does this go to the science lab? I think it does. Yeah. A bunch of booms in here. A bunch of rads in here. And some slime fossils in here. Happy plort, rock plort. This should effectively be a bit of a farm for the materials that I'll need regularly. None of them should need chickens. Think. These guys eat chickens and veggies. These guys should eat fruit. I don't know if I need the silo there. These can all go. Hi guys, you seem happy. Jump out. Where we going? Oh. Just randomly bursting, I guess. Come on. I don't know if I actually really need any of you. Pick it up. What happens if I demolish it now? Oh, they're just gone. All right. Don't accidentally demolish something if you're not ready for it to be gone. Okay. I don't think I took all the plorts out of it either. Oh well. Here's what it is. Oh, they're hunter plorts. They're hunter plorts, I need them. These guys are all currently in the state that I need them in. Which is good. Ow. They're all 1,500 each. just needs twice the amount. Was that albatross or two of those cat slime sounds in quick succession? She's asleep, so it was probably her. So many carrots. Few berries we got in this one. These guys should all turn. Mint mangangos going in here. You guys can have these for now. Till I get you some heartbeats. Need more rock boys. But that's not a right this second job. Yeah. Okay. Take all of them out. Demolish the plot. He's spending so much money on demolishing plots and stuff. If he just, you know, done it right the first time flawlessly. Yeah, I know. I know. It's heartbreaking stuff. Bunch of pink ones. I still had a pen. I guess I demolished all of them. Never mind. Goodbye, pink ones. Some of you were saved by a tree. Congratulations. Oh. Oh. I heard him, but I don't have any chickens on me. Oh my god, there's two of them? I can't. I don't... This is supposed to be a place of chooks. This is not supposed to be a place of lucky fellas. Have one of them. Oh, alright. I don't... There's two of you. And everybody's already eaten all the good shit. Oh well. It was exciting for a second. This is why you should always carry a few live chooks on you. Never ever head out for a day if you haven't got any live chooks. You gotta. You just have to have them. Bitch, nope, mine. Stop with your crunchy noises. Chooks, no, mine. Get out of here. It's a baby. I can fire the chickens roughly over in the general direction of my farm. Eh. Oh, I can put a bunch of stuff here. I see. Right. I can put a lot of stuff in a lot of places. That's actually really cool. Any rock boys around, or have you all grown up already? Chickenlings. Alright, fine. No rock ones then. That's fine. I'll have your pink lords though. Wow. A posture check and some good stuff. Guys, going a full wombo combo, thank you. Oh, that's not good. What's that? Wait. Plenty of blue boys. Oh, not that one. Alright. Plenty. Plenty of them. Just hoof it in here and walk back home. Wow. Okay. Heavy's going now. Rock slimes. They're going meow. Oh yeah, the pink lords. We gotta ditch the pink lords too. I can make shit! Yes! Fashion pods allow you to vac up fashionable accessories for your slimes. Yeah, go on then. Okay. Party fashion pod? Oh. Oh. No. Wait, how do I get it back off it? Class of slime science gadgets that are functional, gimmicky gadgets. Make them a little sillier. No. How do I remove? Maybe I can't. Whoa. Hey. Whoa. Come here. You'll die if you're outside for too long. Vampire? They're all pirates. Oh yeah, I didn't feed you, did I? Ah! Give him some carrots or something. Good job, Chooks. Keeping it together. For the family. All these back in there. Uh-oh, wrist broken. Good. You guys aren't starving, settle down. Okay. They're set up for science. Looks like we're going ham out here. This can be emptied now. Ooh, chocolates, okay. I think that's... think that's about it. Might even move that silo. Just setting up out this end anyway. You have no food. They desperately need food. I don't got any heartbeats for you, mate. I don't know what you want. I mean, heartbeats, obviously, but... Should have grabbed the water boys while I'm down here too, but I didn't. I'm tempted to just turn this whole area into water slime zone. Drop these down, because there's like 2 of each left. The honey plorts are delicious. They look just like honey. Right? Right? No question it. Okay. I'll go over just potatoes. They're just potatoes. Really? It was only 3. Alright, stay calm, you lot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Have an advanced drill, need a... Which one is where? Pumps in the dry reef, drills in indigo quarry, apiaries in the moss blanket. Is the dry reef just the first zone? Yes. You ever tried a lasso slime? Makes the whole vacpack thing pretty obvious. I can imagine. I have that, but it's not really worth it to me. I will do it. If I remember. And then we should be able to put the drill in the indigo. I keep wanting to say indigo plateau. Not my problem, fellas. Have fun with that. I don't have any keys currently. Oh, wait. Blueprint for a minty grass patch. Taste is quite bitter. Okay, that's... okay. Interesting. May as well grab a few extra while I'm here. I don't think you can combine puddle slimes with anybody. I can't do that one. Holy shit. Leave me alone. Warp depots, eh? I can get behind that. Being able to dump a particular resource. Especially if there's somewhere natural that, say, spawns a bunch of, I don't know, chickens. I know they get shy if you have too many around them. I've got 9. Bunch of red slimes for you guys. Now you can have babies. I think I've already got too many of these guys. Advanced stuff. We could do them. We could grab both of them right now. Could get other warp depots. We can't even build the warp depot we've already got. Alright. Minty mangoes. Anything over 50 I may as well back straight into the machine, you know? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Everything else I'll just take back and sell. And I might, Why are you guys grumpy? You have so much food. Alright. Yeah, have fun in there, guys. I could have just put them back in here, hey? There we go. Two already. I think that's everybody in there. I think. Oh. We go. Good chunk of change. Very nice. Alright, well. Vodlings. That brings us to the end of this chapter of Lime Rancher. In the next one, we will go straight to Mochi Michibi or Michi Mochi, whatever her name is. And we'll see what she needs help with. If you're watching this tomorrow, 10 years from now, long after I'm gone, you're awesome. I'm sure you'll hear from me again. Catch you in the next one. See ya.